Hello, I will be archiving this stream on YouTube, so I figured that's just the easiest way to make a video here. So this is Super Slam Dunk Touchdown 1.4.1a. This is potential possible release candidate for early access on Humble. Nothing's been officially announced. There's no like announced release date or anything. I'm gonna try to get this in as good a shape as I can for early access on Humble. So I just want to walk through some of the new features. If you played the game at PAX South, or if you played the game at GDC, or if you played the game at South by Southwest, or any local event in Bay Area, California, the game has some new features that I just want to walk through. First off, we've got options. Not a lot of options here now, but you can now set the volume of the music. You turn it off, same with the sound effects. And we have a new controller configuration screen. So for whatever control types you have plugged in, if you plug in all Xbox controllers or all PS4 controllers or whatever it is, you can configure all the buttons for all those controllers, which is handy if you, let's say, have an Xbox One and you have a bunch of Xbox One controllers, you want to plug them all in. You'll just have to do the button configuration once. Now, people have different preferences, so each button supports up to 2 inputs. So if I wanted to, I could change my shoot button to have an optional press of whatever, button 31. This is my flight stick, so it has a lot of buttons. Don't recommend you play with the flight stick, but you can. You can go through all the controllers you have plugged in. So I actually have 2 Sony DualShocks plugged in, but I can configure them, like I said, both here. This is my Xbox 360 controller, so I could add, if I felt like it, right stick button as an alternate shoot button, and if I decide I don't want that anymore, I can just override it. So it's not the best interface in the world, but it is functional. Save and return to title screen. So that'll save it, which is cool. So the next time you play, those preferences are sticky. Those are the only preferences right now that are sticky. But I figured that was the most important one to tackle, because people have very, explicit preferences on control types depending on their type of stick. Now, shot practice, not a lot has changed, but we do have a goalie in the shot practice. This is the new character select screen. There's going to be some options on the screen here, but they're not ready yet. You can also change the floor type, so you could practice on ice if you wanted to, or on court or whatever. And then pick your character. Now, something you might not have seen before, we have these player number icons. So I'm number 74 in this practice mode. So that gives you a personal marker. The next player who wanted to join would get 63 and so on. So it gives it a little personal connection between you and your player other than just P1. Alright, so we'll load up the new practice mode, so pretty much similar to the old one, except I've got a player number there. That's our new ball highlight that's active on the ball. I can grab that. Now I've got the new player highlight. We've got a goalie, so you can actually try to learn to practice. A lot of people have trouble with the goalie, so I thought this would be good to put in here. So while I'm talking about it, if you're just gonna run up and try to shoot, you're probably not gonna get it in. He's a little smarter than that. So what I like to use, especially for like a soccer player, somebody shooting for the net down there, you just turbo around him. Oops. If you're quick enough. If you get in that box, he comes after you. Third time's the charm, right? Oh, no. I should have practiced. It's terrible. Just terrible. Oh, go, go, go. Now look at that. He's jumping for it. I can show you that feature too. Boink. So it'll go over his head, but he does try to jump for it. So I think the goalie on practice mode, this might be a bug. He looks like he's on hard. So I'm guessing that's why it's so hard to get a score on him. You can set the difficulty of the goalie now. So I'm having no luck. So I'll just go into quick match where I can actually show you those options. That I think is a bug, because if you go here, we've got CPU settings. Not only can you turn the goalies off altogether, but you can adjust the goalie level. So I felt like it was up at 3 the way he was behaving. It should default to something lower, and that option should actually be on that screen. So these are bugs I could fix, or I could release to early access. It's sort of like half a dozen to one, whatever. So, other options here, we've got CPU player level. This is how difficult you want the computer opponents to be. Now, if they're on your team, this also controls how good they are when they're on your team. So that's kind of, if you're playing with a computer, that could be helpful. And you can take them down to 0. And there's different aspects of the AI that affects. The AI is still not final, but it's getting better. More fun to play with, but it can still be a little aggressive and a little annoying. So lots of different options here. We can change the size of the arena. We can change the scoring altogether. If you decide it's really hard to score in the net, I want to jack that up, and you know, people are spamming the field goal, let's bring that down. You can adjust those if you want to. Game time. So this is the new feature we've added is half times. These are just interruptions in the gameplay, breaks basically, between quarters. Quarters does not necessarily mean 4. You can have as many quarters as you want. So this is 3 half times. That means there's 4 quarters, because there's a quarter between each, or a halftime between each quarter, I should say. So this gives you the total time that the game will be. There's 1 minute per quarter. 3 half times gives us 4 minutes. If you don't want to deal with half times, you can turn them off altogether and just play one long 4-minute game. Or you can really crank it up and do like a 16-minute game. So you can adjust that to your liking. We'll just go with the 3-minute game. Ball types, this is another thing you can do. You can turn off balls or on balls if you want to play just with bowling balls. You can do that. You have to have at least one. But if you find you like or dislike certain balls, you can do that. Random events, you can play with the frequency here. If you hate bananas, you can turn them off. If you want a crazy game, you know, you can just ramp all this up like madness. I'm gonna leave it somewhat sensible. Extra Hambone is always nice, though. And then we looked at the CPU. So right now there's not a way to assign computer players, which is, you know, something I plan on addressing. But for now, you can use this. It's kind of a stopgap measure. So basically, if I just start a game right now with just me over here, it's going to auto-fill the rest of the positions with computer players. So I can't do a one-on-one game because it's going to be a minimum of 4 players. But if me and a friend were playing, that would be a 2-on-2, and they'd be 2 random AI players. So we couldn't pick our opponents yet, which is, you know, again, something else I plan on addressing, but haven't done that yet. So another weird thing is if, like, we were doing a 2-on-1, this would automatically fill the 4th slot in with another computer opponent. So it would be a 2-on-2 game. So if you want to play a 2-on-1, you actually can do that if you turn off auto-balance teams. All right, frantic battle over the bowling ball. We've got 2 soccer players versus a basketball player in this, or sorry, a soccer and a roller derby player versus a soccer and a basketball player. So I go sliding very far on the ice. Soccer is not a good brawler. The bowling ball travels very far. Very massive ball. Oh! Just kicked me right off the screen. So we got that new aiming cursor that's showing that off. Tells you what direction you're gonna shoot the ball. Oh, charge it up, do it, yes! Little appearance by the non-trademarked ice resurfacing truck. Running everybody over. Oh, just boot it down there. That's not gonna help me. Alright, so what else have we got? Here we go. Here's the halftime. So this is the new feature, halftimes. In the middle, we got this dynamically generated newspaper with custom headline and subtext, and an MVP, and that's me, number 25, with my little picture there as the soccer guy. That's cool. But I could actually change who I want to be. So if I don't want to be soccer, I can switch over to hockey. And you can adjust your teams, which would be fun if you're playing, you know, 2-on-2 and you're getting your butt whooped. You might want to change to a different type of player. Alright, the hockey guy finally is doing a cross-check when he hits. Got the art updated for that. Alright. Roller derby just threw the ball at the basketball player. Oh, nice, and it got fumbled in. So there's a limited window where you can get hit with the ball. Depending on how massive the ball is, it might knock you over in the case of a bowling ball. But a baseball is just kind of going to stun you. Just trying to buy roller derby some time there, but she did not get it right. Oh. Here it comes again. We cranked that up on the settings, so... This is my chance. Clobber these fools. Get down there. Do it. Oh, no! Alright. So this is the final quarter, and we can see I am poised for victory. MVP was not me this time, though, because the basketball player actually held the ball longer and nobody scored. So that could end up being a computer as the MVP. And you can tell it's on the away team because that image is flipped. Let's go to baseball, see if I can improve my luck here. We have a few more fans in the crowd, although all that art needs to be updated. It's incredibly rough and it's starting to show its age in terms of the project. It's, some of the first stuff done in terms of the background. Do it! So I went over the goalie's head, which was great because we're on ice and the football kept sliding due to the momentum. And you can control that based on how long you hold the button down. So the plan is to have that, not only that aiming indicator, but also have it give you a measure of angle and give you a little indication of power as well. See if I can get it up there. Yep! Ice is great because you can just keep sliding while you're charging your shot, which is... Oh, we saw the new cartoon Rowdy Cloud up there, the Fight Cloud. So that's been freshly animated. Looks great. Beaming with my charge shot. Buy a little time to line it up. There we go. Hat trick. The ice resurfacing truck does eat the hats, and banana peels as well, but those also reset each quarter. So, yeah, if you're watching the live stream, we are live streaming. I am going to archive this broadcast, though, and just leave it up on YouTube as sort of just a new features demonstration video. So, I'll try to answer any questions in the text chat, but I probably won't be addressing them verbally because it won't make any sense to the YouTube. Alright, so that was a basic game there with some of the options. Now we can drastically change this. So let's say you want to play some American football. We can change the turf to turf. We can make it a big, long arena. Maybe the field goal is like king here. Or maybe the hoop in the field goal and the net is not worth that much. So we could crank those up, change it up a little bit. We could have a proper 4-quarter game. And then we could play only with footballs. We could turn the bananas off, but we could ramp up the streakers and turn off goalies too. This will make this a real kind of a turf battle on this long field, and then I'll of course have to pick American football with my hockey buddy. So this is where, yeah, assigning a computer opponent would be fun, but it's not ready just yet. So we're just chucking it. We're just trying to get some yardage. I need little yardage markers on the turf. That would be cool. Oh! Hockey almost got it down there. What are you doing there, CPU? He's just like dribbling. Didn't expect to be in contact with the ball. This is our 1 point for the field. What do you call it? Not really a touchdown. It's more like a. It is a goal, but there's no goalie, so it's kind of a touchdown. It's a throw. Just throw it in. It's our Dave and Buster's style ticket machine goal. Just get it in there. Oh, do it! It's 1 point. I really got to get like a hoop or a field goal here to get some 1 points. Oh, it's just so easy to get into the goal with no goalie though. Oh, off his head. Give me that. Dunk it! Yes! The dynamite, it has gone boom. Oh, 5 points, that's beautiful. So this is the default AI setting. I'm not sure if that's gonna be too hard, too easy, but it is adjustable. Alright, so here's our first halftime. We've got home team killing it. Me killing it. I don't know if we want to sit through 4 quarters of this, but yeah, you can't walk into the goal. At the moment, there's a big invisible wall there, so a proper touchdown at the moment is not supported. I've been thinking about adding a different goal type, but I'm mainly limited by art budget more than anything else. So that's why the game first is getting released on Humble. So we're going to try to do some slacker backer stuff on there and try to raise some more art budget. Should be cool. You can see the new cartoon Fight Cloud when it comes up. It's much, much nicer. Still pixel art, still, you know, in the style of the game, but just really smooth. And just a lot better looking. Oh, boom! So there's another slight problem. When the football player goes up for a dunk, he's he kind of lifts his leg in the air. I'm not sure why. It's just the wrong animation. I think that was for his tip-off, but that doesn't make sense either. Also, there's our nice new cartoon Fight Cloud. And you can tell who's winning based on the color of the sparks on top. And I don't even want to fight him. Just chuck it in, get another point, get another hat trick. So we got some new ads on the walls as well. I may have to change Busy Bee because I think that's actually a company name. I thought it was just my wife's cat. So I may have to change it. Oh, a couple seconds left. Get another point. Why not? So maybe I could replace the coffee with a cat, and then no one knows what it's an ad for. So that's a good idea. Should do that. Ah, get him! So here's a new custom headline here. Because I'm defeating them so badly, they are offered a free pretzel. It is a small consolation. Alright, now I gotta stay football. Let's see this thing through to the end. The away team has not scored at all, which is very sad. So if you think the AI is too hard on the default setting, keep in mind as you get better at the game, it may be a complete shutout when you're dealing with the AI. So. Take another 5 points. So that's pretty much it for the new features. I don't know how much I can fix or add between now and the Humble release. Mainly just testing, and I hope to get some feedback. So let me know what you think in the comments section on the YouTube page where this video will be hosted, or if you're watching the live chat now, you can ask me any questions in the chat and I'll try to answer them. a question from the stream chat: how many human players can play at a time? You can have 6 human players at a time. It's supposed to go up to 3 on 3. Right now there's a bug where you could do 6 on 6 computer opponents. That's a bug. Don't try to do that. It's crazy and doesn't work very well. But yeah, 3 on 3 is the upper limit. I may do 4 on 4. I think that's too many, but I know the Xbox One does support 8 players, so I don't know. It could be a possibility to do 6 players. That's what these number icons represent. Each one of these would be a human player that could join the game. What else can I tell you? So the different no, cancel. Oh my god. Yeah, the different surface types. This is the street. We played on ice earlier. You play on court. It's all 3D physics driven. So who should I show off here? How about soccer? So this is the default practice surface is the street. So you can see there's just a certain amount of bounciness and how far the balls roll. There we go. Finally. Redemption! Okay, so there's a bowling ball, and the way that rolls is dependent on, see how it slows down as it hits the ground. That's due to just the amount of friction on the surface. We can change that up, go to turf, that's going to have very high friction. Court is going to be bouncy with a little lower friction, and then ice is very slippery, as we saw. So let's check out court for a little difference. So that trick where I kicked the football over the goalie's head and it rolled in on ice, that was definitely because we were on a certain play surface. So this is a very bouncy surface type. The ball gets a lot more of its energy back when it bounces. So I just bounced it right in over his head. He does jump, but that doesn't always get him. So there's a baseball. So the balls have different physics as well. Very dense baseball, not quite as bouncy as a basketball. I love that the goalie's jumping for it when it's way over here. And then, of course, everybody can dunk. Different ball types. There's a soccer ball. So it's all driven by 3D physics. This is in Unity, as you can see. I could turn off that and show you behind the scenes of the game what is really going on. So this is actually the game, the 3D physics version of the game. And then we just draw the sprites depending on where stuff is. So there's my soccer player. And I'm holding the ball, so I can kick the ball. There it goes. Let's get down more like at eye level here. So yeah, if I had 3D art, I could probably make this a 3D game. But getting 3D art is a lot harder than getting pixel art. You know, when you do this stuff independently, you gotta maximize your dollar. So there it goes. Soccer ball bouncing around. So when we dunk, that's not physics. That's just a sort of a interactive cutscene. So you can see I just freeze in position while the dunk sequence happens. So let me just get rid of this. See if I can get a hockey puck maybe, or oops, it almost went in the basket. You can sink a basket that way. It's a little harder than dunking, but. And there's a tennis ball. So anyway, I was hoping to get like a football or a hockey puck, but they're actually 3D meshes, so they're sort of shaped like you would expect them to be. Oh, there we go. So there's a football, and you can see how it wobbles around there. And that matters. The way it wobbles and bounces, that's how it rolls. So if you want to nerd out about the physics of sports a little bit. It's got that going for it too. So that's it. Super Slam Dunk Touchdown. It is coming very, very soon to Humble. Hopefully as soon as I fix that keyboard bug. And you'll be able to get it via a widget. So stay tuned to tippinggoat.com. Follow me on Twitter at tippinggoat, and you'll be sure to know when the game is available for purchase. Thanks for watching. How do you turn this thing off?